Good afternoon and welcome to Central Park, Wigan, for the second of the Silk Cup Challenge Cup semi-finals. The winners of today's tie will obviously meet the old pie eaters at Wembley on the 30th of April. Saints first out on the pitch, looking very sharp, and a couple of members of the team back after injury, and great support from the supporters as the Leeds team takes the pitch now. A real big crowd assembled here at Central Park, and it promises to be a pulsating thriller of a game, doesn't it? Anyway, my name's Ron Hoof. I'm with you for the full 80 minutes. The Saints team for this afternoon: at full-back, David Lyon. A three-quarter line of Alan Hunt, Tira Patti, Paul Loughlin and Tony Sullivan. Tommy Martin and John Griffiths back at the half-backs, and I'm sure John Griffiths will give us that extra dimension that we've been missing the last couple of games. Andy Dannett, Bernard Dwyer and George Mann form the front row, with Chris Jointy and Picker Vance and Shane Cooper the back three, Phil Weavers and John Harrison on the subs bench. John Harrison, only his third start of the season. The Leeds team: Alan Tate at full-back. Their three-quarter line is Fallon, Iro, Innes and Cummings. Very speedy three-quarters. They've got Holroyd and Schofield at the half-back pairing. Harmon, Lowes and Howard in the front row, with Mercer, Ayres and Hanley in the back three. Jason Donoghue and Gary Rose on the bench. The referee is Mr Holsworth. Two loose forwards, the captains out the centre field: Ellery Hanley, no stranger to this ground at Wigan, and Shane Cooper for the Saints. Looking for obviously it's going to be a tight game, I would imagine. Some of the pundits are saying there's going to be a lot of points scored, but you never know. The pitch is in pretty fair condition. Just the bottom 20 metres, just by the cantilever stand, as to our left as you're viewing, is rather greasy, but otherwise it looks very playable, doesn't it? And I suppose if both teams can't play here this afternoon, well, there's something wrong. We look forward to a feast of entertaining rugby. Leeds got dumped out of the semi-final of the Challenge Cup at the semi-final stage last season against Widnes. They're hoping to put it right, but I'm sure the Saints are going to have something to say about that. Saints looking to go to Wembley again as we get the action underway. No need for any, well, fireworks off at the other end as the game gets underway, but no need for any motivation. Just 80 minutes away from a date at Wembley. Tira Patti, solid tackle is going to be the order of the day, and quickly in there James Lowes along with Craig Innes. George Mann back in the fold in the front row after a lengthy spell, 3 months off injured. And Tommy Martin puts the kick downfield. Leeds with the sun in their eyes for the first half. Alan Tate, Richie Ayres, Dougie Lord, all part of the Widnes setup in 89 and 91 when the Saints demolished them in the semi-final stage. But Leeds have the possession. The tackling's got to be right. I'm sure both sides will be all fired up. And the referee moving in. First penalty of the game, just over a minute. Banging down in at the tackle, going down on the man as he's been tackled is the indication. And the first penalty to Leeds. As they say, one of the top whistlers, Mr Holsworth, might have been right in the first one, Whittler, but it's James Lowes to get us going. Solid driving in, Neil Harmon. Just outside the Saints, 20-metre area. Leeds in possession. Harvey Howard turns it back. Richie Ayres driving through. Alan Tate in support. Cover wanted here by the Saints. Leeds moving left. Gary Mercer. Oh, good ball there to Innes. He had Cummings on his outside, but solid tackling. Alan Hunt saved the day there, along with Ian Picker Vance. Long ball, Leeds spread it from one wing to the other. Now it's with Jim Fallon. Tony Sullivan in quickly over there, but the referee's moving in. And Saints have been penalised for a high tackle. On the far side is Jim Fallon. He went through, and Tony Sullivan and co came in to meet him. Second penalty in quick succession, and Leeds are going to have a go for goal. Graham Holroyd, I think, is the kicker. Obviously glad to get this game videoed this afternoon. We know it's on the BBC, countrywide and that, but we like keeping you up with our own impartial view, don't we? Both teams had defeats in the last matches, and both teams should have played last Friday evening, not last night, but a week last Friday, in a televised tie at Rosy Road, but that was postponed because Leeds had good Gary Schofield in the Great Britain side. Saints had Chris Joynt, but Leeds also had 3 academy players, and they managed to get the game put off. Leeds got beat at Featherstone 36-10. Saints got beat at Sheffield by 18 points to 6. Holroyd looking for the first points. Yes, it's first blood for Leeds after 3.5 minutes with a penalty from Graham Holroyd. So obviously the first psychological boost for Leeds. They take a 2-0 advantage. Saints kick off, Holroyd takes it. Inside now to Gary Mercer, and Saints will have to tackle, keep Leeds up at that end. No doubt they'll want to get their kicking game right. Ellery Hanley, he'll have to be watched in the veteran stages, but still a versatile campaign, Rhys Hanley. And he does a lot of mauling at the play of the ball as well. Saints will just have to make sure they contain him. Leeds favourites on paper for this afternoon's game. 4 points they got start on the coupon. Steve O's tipped us, but Alec Murphy declines to make a decision. Perhaps that's just as well, isn't it? He tipped Castleford last time, and that was like the kiss of death for them. David Lyon takes the ball from the kick through by Gary Schofield. Richie Ayres does the tackling, marks up with Ellery Hanley. Now it's Ian Pickavance, informed player. He kept his place in the second row. As I said before, George Mann back. There's Andy Dannett, but George Mann back after 3 months out, and Mann was the man that was doing all the damage in the Saints front row. As Bernard Dwyer makes good yardage. A lot of mauling there at the play of the ball. Saints move it left. Now with Chris Joynt. Runs out wide well, hoping to feed the 3/4. Last tackle of the sequence. Shane Cooper. The ball back to Dannett. Well, I think plan B went wrong there, but Dannett kicks it upfield and it's gone dead. Leeds moving over quickly and taking the Saints off the play. Went to Shane Cooper, he couldn't get it away. He was looking obviously for Tommy Martin, I feel. But Tommy Martin wasn't there, it went to Dannett, and the ball restarts now from the centre of the 20-metre line. Gary Mercer. Six minutes gone. 2-0 in favour of Leeds from that Holroyd penalty goal in the 3rd minute. Early days yet. Tackling is going to be of the importance. The man has got to be taken round the legs, and the ball has to be smothered. All these players capable of slipping the ball out. Well, Harvey Howard has the ball, passes it back. Leeds come up with it. Saints mark up. George Mann and Tirapati. Lowe's came up with it. Now it's with Schofield. David Lyon takes it comfortably. Lyon drives through again. Taken down by Ellery Hanley. Tony Sullivan comes in off the wing from the acting half, for the acting half-back position. And now Paul Loughlin in a benefit season. And wouldn't he like to go to Wembley to obviously crown his benefit season? Saints driving up. Andy Dannett pushes the first line of defence up. Oh, Dannett drives again, and Hanley looks as though he tripped him there. But Leeds are penalised for holding down in the tackle. Gary Mercer, the offender. The Leeds don't like it, but they've got to lump it. First penalty of the afternoon to the Saints, and I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, well, I thought he might have had a go for goal. But David Lyon, oh, good kick from Lyon. Finds touch 15 metres from the Leeds line. George Mann drives in. Quick play, the ball is the order of the day. These big forwards coming in. Oh, Janet ducked under the tackle. Is it a high tackle indicated? Well, the referee there just having he's penalised Leeds for offside. Saints player down injured. Penalised Leeds for being offside. As Andy Dannett went through, missed the tackle. The Leeds players missed the tackle, and Dannett could have nearly gone over. Paul Loughlin looking to level up the scores. And John Griffiths was the man receiving treatment. But Jeanette Smith, Saints physio, been on, and Griffiths is up and okay. Loughlin there from short range, misses it. Well, let's hope that's not going to prove crucial at the end of the afternoon. But that should have been a leveller for the Saints. Loughlin missing that one. 58 goals he's kicked so far this season. That should have been the 59th and put Saints back on level terms. Well, let's hope the Saints spectators out there, they get behind Paul Loughlin. A lot of times, players, obviously, there's little errors come in, you've got to get behind them and give them the support. No good getting onto them, it does get to them. But Saints in possession. Chris Joint. Solid tackling, Harvey Howard and James Lowes. Bernard Dwyer scampers away quickly from the acting half-back position. Last tackle of the sequence, just outside the Leeds 20-metre area. Cooper out to John Griffiths. Puts a tester up. Gone over to the Fallon wing, and Fallon gathers it safely. George Mann comes in to meet him. Mann comes up with possession. The ball's loose. What does the referee rule? Well, Jim Fallon still down injured. George Mann went in on the tackle. And Ellery Hanley there. Well, once again, we have 4 officials in black on the pitch. The referee, 2 touch judges, and Ellery Hanley. Typical of him going in. But the touch judge and the referee talking on the far side. And let's see what decision they come up with. The ball was a tester from John Griffiths. It was taken by Jim Fallon, who's still receiving treatment. And George Mann went in with the tackle. He came up with possession, but the ball going over to the touchline. Jason Donoghue, the substitute for Leeds, warming up. And it looks as though Jim Fallon's going to be replaced. An early blow for Leeds. Fallon is an exciting wingman. Ex-rugby union. Well, he looks rather dazed there, doesn't he? Hell of a tackle off George Mann, but that's the idea. You've got to get in there and make the tackles count. But Donoghue coming on, and Jim Fallon, who's in no man's land there. He doesn't know where he is, does he? Jim Fallon with a sympathetic round of applause, whether he is concussed, but he doesn't, he's certainly not a well man. Put Donoghue in on the wing. Donoghue is a half-back, usually a scrum half. Whether he will just stop on the wing or what, but Saints have scrum possession, first scrum of the match. Solid tackling from Leeds as they move in. In pick of Ants, beats the first line of defence, 2 tackles have gone. Saints are in the Leeds 20-metre area. Along the line again. Chris Joint taking the ball up. Leeds tackling, holding firm. Harvey Howard makes it Stewart. Now it's Griffiths. He brings in George Mann. 8 metres from the line. Saints pressing. Saints move it left. Out to Loughlin, out to Sullivan. Can he take it? Well, he does it the second bite of the cherry. Quickness of the hands was all important there. The last one now. Put up high by Martin, a tester. Will it go directly dead? It does. And Leeds will restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. James Lowes plays it quickly. Innes has it. Good thinking from Leeds. That's the order of the day. I remember Saints doing that. I'm sure that was a semi-final against Widnes, or maybe it was against Wigan, where Saints played it quickly and Les Quirk scored about a 75-yarder, didn't he? 75, 80-yarder. Schofield leads in possession, on to Richie Ayres. Not happy hunting ground against the Saints, Richie Ayres. Both Ayres and Tate, as I said, in the Widnes lineup, along with coach Dougie Lawton. Got the ball back to Schofield, he puts it downfield. When they played with Widnes, they've never beaten the Saints in cup competition since the war, not in Challenge Cup competition, that is. And in '89 he got sent off here for a tripping offence. Saints have the ball. George Mann looking for a big game from this Kiwi, and I believe Leeds have had a psychological boost, if that's the term, as Doug Lawton's been given a new contract. I don't know how long. Saints along the line. Cooper inside ball. Oh, Saints keep it moving. It's now with Loughlin. He strides up, he goes down the centre. Loughlin going for the line. He's brought down 10 metres short. Last tackle of the sequence. Good running by the Saints. Chris Joint. He has to take the tackle. He goes down, and it's going to be the turnover. A good rugby there. Saints kept the ball alive. Loughlin coming in centre field. And now Saints will have to hold Leeds up there for the remainder of these 6 if they can do. Leeds bringing it out. Mercer, good running from this powerful second rower, Kiwi. But both sets of supporters getting behind the teams, and Craig Innes, he brings the ball up. Hanley now. He's got to be taken down first time as Hanley, look, he gets the ball away to Lowes. Leeds keep it alive. Oh, excellent rugby. But equally good tackling. I'm sure Doug Lawton's had his team fired up, and no doubt Eric Hughes will have had the Saints fired up in the pre-cup training this week. Richie Ayres plays it, the last one of the sequence. Kevin Iro has the ball. Iro always dangerous. Throws it inside. Leeds keep the ball alive. Holroyd puts it crossfield. Alan Hunt takes it comfortably. Let's see what Alan Hunt can do. On the wing for this afternoon's clash. Been playing at full-back last couple of games. Not as effective at full-back, in my opinion. Pickavance drives it in. Leeds looking to get to Wembley for the first time since 1978, when they beat the Saints there. And the last time the Saints lifted the cup was 1976. So both teams overdue at Wembley. 2 points to nil the score. 16 minutes of elapsed of the first half. Last tackle of the sequence for the Saints over on the far side, just slightly inside the Leeds half. Back to Tommy Martin. Deep crossfield kick taken by Francis Cummins. He goes across the field, but well met there. George Mann comes in. Lowes plays it, and Alan Tate from the full-back position chips into the line, but Lowes again. Saints moving up quickly, as you've probably heard the Leeds spectators crying for offside. Both teams moving up quickly, and they know what the 80 minutes of football mean today. Good ball from Mercer to Innes. He's not taken down. Tommy Martin comes in, but Tiarapati had done the job. Mercer attacked in half-back, on to Ellery Hanley. He moves it crossfield. Oh, nearly a mistake there, it went to Neil Harmon. Hanley moving it across. Harmon was coming on the opposite diagonal, and things just nearly went wrong. Alan Tate puts the ball deeply downfield. David Lyon again. Puts it back in the Leeds half. Tactical ploy. But taken by Alan Tate. It gives Leeds back possession. Tirapati comes in, playing in the centre. Tommy Martin attacked in half-back. Leeds now moving it right. Schofield. Oh, solid tackling by the Saints. The order of the day, and that's what's got to be done this afternoon. 18 minutes of the game gone. Iro has the ball. Iro comes crossfield. Well, he goes past two. Oh, but super tackle from Lyon as he comes in. Leeds line out again. The ball's going to be moved right across the face of the post. Donahue. Plays it quickly. Ellery Hanley. Hanley driving for the line, looking for support. Long ball out there to Iro. Well, it's taken by Sullivan. Good tackle. Last one of the sequence. Will Leeds go for the one-pointer? Will they go for the drop? Harvey Howard. Howard moving through, looking for support. Well, he's dumped to the ground. Well, I thought it was the last tackle of the sequence, but obviously not. Leeds play it again. Schofield. Oh, it's held up right on the line. Big gap opened and it was quickly closed. Richiers. No. Is it? Yes. The try's given. Richiers over for the first try of the afternoon after 19 minutes. But Leeds, they did the business there, didn't they? Schofield, a big hole. Opened. Schofield nearly went through it right under the sticks. And then the ball was played quickly. Came back to Richiers, who came through at pace. And he'll enjoy that one, won't he, Richiers? Local lad, St Helens lad. Comes from the Sutton Manor area. Also, you've got Neil Harmon and Harvey Howard, both local lads, along with Dougie Lawton as well. Holroyd converts it, and it gives Leeds an 8-point cushion. 8-0 they are in the lead after 20 minutes of play. Saints kick off. Hanley has possession. The 7th meeting of these two clubs in the Challenge Cup since the war. It's been even, Stephen. 3 wins, 3 losses to each side, including 1 win and 1 loss for each club at Wembley. 72 Saints beat Leeds 16-13, and 78 Leeds beat Saints 14-12 after Saints, I should say, being in the lead by 10 points to 0. But Mercer running out wide again. Well, touched by a Saints player in flight, comes to John Griffiths. But sustains the tackle of Richiers and James Lowes. Now it's Alan Hunt, centre field. It's essential that Saints get points on the board. 8 points to 0, the trailing. Nearly 22 minutes gone on the clock. And Saints are warming up Big John Harrison on the touchline. George Mann pushing the tacklers off, the attempted tackles off. Midway between the halfway and the Leeds 20-metre area. Saints still in possession. Dannett driving in. Phil Beavers, who's on the bench, and Paul Loughlin, who's out there in the left centre position. Obviously they've amassed 3 losers' medals at Wembley. They're looking to put that right this season. But Leeds are in the lead by 8 points to 0 as Tommy Martin chips it through. A testing kick. Tate comes up with it. And he's forced, well, I thought he was forced back over the line, but he's tackled right on the line there. Saints now putting the pressure down. Shane Cooper wants the ball played quickly. The Leeds man is messing about. And it's Saints that's been awarded the penalty, is it? Yes, not playing the ball, dummy in instead of getting the ball played. Shane Cooper was there. He wanted the ball played quickly, but Leeds were in possession. And it's a penalty to the Saints, and rightly so. Paul Loughlin going to have a go for goal. As we said, it's essential that points are on the board for the Saints. An early miss by Paul Loughlin. Let's hope he can correct it this time. In the league this season, Saints winning 21 points to 18, a tightly contested game in November at Headingley. And as we said, the other clash is yet to come. Whether we're having a tactical substitution or not, George Mann, who's been out for 3 months, is going to be brought off, and John Harrison coming on. Whether Eric Hughes is just spelling his forwards, maybe so, but John Harrison's been out for a while. Oh, it's Tommy Martin that time that has the attempt for goal. But that's waved away as well, so still the score remains at 8 points to 0 and 23 minutes gone on the clock. Saints will get possession back as Leeds kick off. David Lyon has it. Solid tackling. As we say, that's going to be the order of the day for both sides. Blindside ploy onto George Mann. 10 metres into the Leeds half. Shane Cooper obviously looking for wizardry as Cooper breaks through. Wizardry from Cooper. He's the captain, the provider, the leader. He did well then. It's Loughlin out to Tirapati. Alan Hunt, an awkward ball, but he took it well, did Alan Hunt. As Saints moved across and nearly caught Leeds there. Martin brings in Shane Cooper. Gets the ball away to Ian Pickervance. Pickervance turns in the tackle, but Richie Ear's there, but the ball's away to Dwyer. Saints spread it, they've got to move it quickly. Quickness of the hands is the order of the day. Sullivan tries to round his man, but Kevin Iro over there quickly dispatches him to the earth. Last one of the sequence. Tommy Martin runs it. Martin for the line. Oh, super try by Martin. Oh, and didn't he fool the Leeds defence there? A tremendous try by Tommy Martin. 25 minutes gone on the clock. Saints with points on the board. And Tommy Martin there on the 6th tackle. He codded Leeds. Leeds thought the ball was going up in the air. He went through. And a great sidestep from Martin. Nearly got tackled, just tapped his ankle, but he kept his momentum going and he banged it down over the whitewash. And if both of those other attempts had gone over, provided this one goes over, Saints could have been in the lead at 10 points to 8, couldn't they? It's all ifs and buts and how you shape on the day, but that was a tremendous try. Individual effort, 20 metres plus from Tommy Martin. Looking for the extras, there he goes. Strikes it well, that's an extra 2 points. Pure speculation on my behalf, whether George Mann is just being spelled. Obviously bringing him on for the later in the second half. John Harrison been out with a broken toe. 6'7" of forward. Always gives his all for the Saints. Had, well, virtually all last season. And the rest of this season, or part of last season and the rest of this season out with injury. Sullivan, up the middle! Sullivan breaks through, up to the halfway line. That try of Martin's, and obviously these good runs will give Saints the boost that they need. As Chris Joint, oh, Tirapati was on his right. Joint just couldn't squeeze it out. Good tackling from Hanley. Saints on the last tackle, chipped through by Cooper. Well, it's touched the Leeds man, and it's a penalty to the Saints for offside. Obviously accidental as he went through, as he chipped a Leeds man, hit a Leeds man. But Saints now with the penalty and a chance of points on the board. And it's very quiet in here. Quite a lot of Leeds spectators in front of us, and not a lot to shout about, obviously, in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Tommy Martin, left-footed kicker, on the correct side, as they'd say, for the left-footed kicker. Puts Saints back on level terms, this could. Last tackle was signified there. Good break from Chris Joint. Couldn't get it out. Good tackling from Hanley. Then it was turned inside. Cooper chipped it through. Touched the Leeds man. Martin comes up. Is it going to curl in? No, it's not. So the goal kicking just not going right for the Saints this afternoon. Leeds will have to drop out from the centre of the 20-metre line. Bounces kindly for Alan Hunt. Gary Schofield in with the tackle. Schofield and Hanley mark up there. Ian Pickavance, centre field from good running. Obviously, as I said, this Martin try and these good runs are giving Saints that bit of heart. As Dwyer again onto John Harrison. Good scampering run, and that's what you've got to do against the opposition. Take them quickly. Loughlin again. Running well. Saints move it left. Trailing by 8 points to 6. 29 minutes of the game gone. Tira Patti out to Andy Dannett. Saints just looking a little lost in midfield, but it's the last one of the sequence. And I'm sure Leeds won't lay off Tommy Martin this time. He makes no mistake this time. He puts it up, but he didn't make a mistake last time, did he? Oh, it's all on! Inside, Saints have possession. Another 6 tackles to make it count. And they put points on the board. Spread it quickly, Rapati. Out to Hunt. Oh, just losing his footing, Alan Hunt there. But the Saints are putting the gas pedal down. Dannett, long ball, Cooper. Yes, there's bodies there. Out to Joyce. Oh, looking for support. There's nobody with him. David Lyon came back quickly, but good Leeds defending. Excellent Leeds defending there. Harrison. Only wants to be about 6'5" from the line, doesn't he? He'll fall over. 5 metres short. Saints now spreading it again. Cooper. Oh, well taken down by Schofield, but he gets it away. And Saints spread it. Rapati up the centre. Rapati going for the line. Oh, good rugby by the Saints. So they're all on the edge of the seats. The last one of the sequence. Saints are running it. Joint chips it. Schofield takes it. Oh, lovely tackling. Super tackling by Joint. Chips it through. Schofield took it well. Joint came in. He crunched him and bounced him behind the line. And Schofield's taken a knock in that movement. But it's been all Saints since the 25th minute when Martin scored that try. So this last 5 minutes, it's been all Saints. But unfortunately, the penalty kicking has gone awry. Three misses. But Schofield there, an integral part of the lead setup. Right opposite us on the popular side. All red and white are the Saints, and a lot of the Leeds are massed to the cop end, as you can say, on that far end behind the sticks, where Leeds are lined out there and they've got to drop out from between the sticks. Saints going to get possession. And another set of 6, hopefully, to drive up onto the Leeds line and get points before the interval. Ian Pickavance takes it. Good driving by the Saints. Bernard Dwyer worked tirelessly. Andy Dannett there. He drives it up again. Dwyer preferred in the hooking role with George Mann coming back, obviously, to Tommy Hodgkinson. But Loughlin now sees a gap. He drives for the line. He's 11 metres short. Cooper wants to quick play the ball. Brings it blindside. It's now with Pickavance. Pickavance shrugs the tacklers off. And he goes again, and he's still driving. It's the last one of the sequence. Leeds have soaked up some pressure here. There's no danger. Blindside Floyd. Cooper chips it through. Cummins takes it. He goes crossfield, but John Griffiths comes in and meets him. Tira Patti, Tommy Martin all went for that ball there as it was chipped through by Cooper. And now Leeds trying to settle the game down. Obviously, they have possession. They've soaked up a lot of pressure there by the Saints. But it's Mercer coming away with it. Lowell's from dummy half. .30 metres from their own line. Leeds in possession. Ellery Hanley looking to spread the ball. Good tackling by the Saints, and you've got to watch these ball playing forward from Leeds. Schofield chips it to touch. Alan Hunt chips it up. With his foot, gathers it, drives it centre field. Richie Ayres comes to meet him. Ellery Hanley also lends a hand. Dwyer at dummy half, Saints in possession, trailing by 8 points to 6. 7 minutes to the interval, and you don't take your eye off this game for a minute. Chris Joint runs out wide. Phil Weaver's looking to be introduced now. Griffiths and Martin work the loop movement, long ball, long cut out ball to Rapati. Alan Hunt on his outside. Hunt, just tries to round his man, but Cummins did well, ankle tapped him. Looks as though Ian Pickavant is going to be replaced. Good take by Tommy Martin. Excellent take by Martin, last tackle of the sequence. Inside to Cooper. Cooper runs it. Short ball now to Pickavant into space. Looking for runners. Alan Hunt has it. Cooper loops round, he chips it in. Bernard Dwyer just inches short of touching the ball down, but well kicked away by Schofield and Tate, who were back there. Ian Pickavant comes off, and Phil Weavers comes on. Weavers gets the ball back for his first touch. As I was saying before, Weavers in his 10th year at St Helens. Ball up to John Harrison. Saints driving again, and they've got to put points on the board. They've put a lot of pressure on Leeds in this last 10 minutes. But now it's Dannett. Centre field, 10 metres short. Surely this Leeds defence is going to crack. It's held up well. Up to now, Griffiths. Rapati inside to Loughlin. Excellent shoulder charge there from Harvey Howard on Paul Loughlin. Now it's Cooper looking for the gaps. Weavers. Last one of the sequence. Dwyer at dummy half. Saints move it left. Martin holds it up. Saints keep it going. It's still loose. John Harrison. Now with Loughlin. Inside ball. Griffiths, but he's in no man's land. It's going to be the turnover. All the Saints were moving over to the left there as the ball came back centre field, and Leeds withstand the pressure again. Alan Tate bringing it away. 5 minutes to the interval. Tightly contested game, 8-6. Iro there. This big fellow there plays centre or second row. The Beast he's called. Looks though he's taking a knock there. But Mercer bringing it crossfield onto Donahue. Saints putting a lot of pressure on Leeds, and the Leeds cover has withstood it. It's now with Richie Ayres. The ball's got to be smothered. Good yardage from Leeds. Certainly good yardage up to the halfway line now. Schofield, tactical kick through. David Lyon has to go back for it. Schofield comes up. Inside ball to Alan Hunt. Hunt looking for a slight gap in the chink, chink in the Leeds armour. Rapati, Cooper, quick hands, but nobody there. Chris Joint. Saints looking for bodies out wide. They now regather. It's Phil Weavers. Versatile Weavers. Always does a good job for the Saints. Dannett, shoulder to shoulder with Howard, but the ball out to Tony Sullivan. He sees the gap. Sullivan drives for it. 10 metres in the Leeds half. Leeds urge to get back onside. Good handling there. Loughlin. To Rapati. Inside to Lyon. Must be a try here. Martin's with him. Yes. Dear me. Well, one goes a begging there. Lyon, he just took those extra few yards. Tried to hold up the Leeds defence, give it inside to Tommy Martin, and he couldn't take it. So try going a begging, and now Saints being penalised for holding down in the tackle. Well, that was a certain 6 points under the sticks if he could have took it. 2 minutes before the half-time hooter. Leeds with the penalty. Alan Hunt keeps the ball in field. A bad mistake from Leeds. I'm very pleased to say, as far as I'm concerned anyway, as Hunt moves it crossfield. Mercer comes in with a crunching tackle on Alan Hunt. Saints now could do with points on the board, and by all rights they should have had them there just before the interval. Still in command, but this Leeds side has soaked up a tremendous amount of pressure. Can they do it for the full 80 minutes? I would imagine they could. To make a break for Leeds. There's no danger. Bernard Dwyer up to the 20-metre line. Saints got to get their act together. Shane Cooper prodding and probing. He'll be leading. He runs round there with Tommy Martin. Inside now, David Lyon. Lyon into space. Support there from Joint. Phil Vevers at dummy half. Looks as though things have gone a bit wrong there, but it went well. Cooper again. Inside to Harrison. Inches from the line. Last one of the sequence. Bernard Dwyer's there. Will he go himself, Bernard? No, it's a long ball. Martin chips it through. Griffiths couldn't take it, and the ball's knocked dead there. Alan Tate knocks it dead, and Saints will get back ball possession again. 8-6 the score, all on the 40 minutes. And Leeds forced to drop out from between the sticks yet again. Vevers will be under it. Takes it comfortably, drives it up to the 20-metre line, takes the tackle. Ideal platform for the Saints to build on. Let's hope they can come away with points before the half-time hooter, which is extremely close. Dannett penetrates the 20-metre area. Dwyer chips it through. Looking for a mistake from Tate, and super work by Dwyer. Saw there was only Alan Tate at home, chipped it through, but safe hands by Tate again. And Leeds withstand the pressure once again. 40 minutes gone on the watch. 8-6 the score. Leeds opening the score in the 19th minute with the Rich Years try. But in the last 15 minutes, Leeds have weathered a tremendous amount of pressure. Cooper again. Takes it up. Dwyer inside to John Harrison, looking for the gaps. Good tackling, Schofield and Harmon. Bernard Dwyer onto Tia Rapati. Well, Rapati can't take it. Knocked it forward. I don't think the pass was right in the first place. Plan B had gone wrong, but it came over and Tia Rapati couldn't gather it. Possibly the last scrum of the first half. 41 minutes of time was actually elapsed. Didn't look at a lot of stoppage time. Jason Donoghue feeds it. The scrum was turned. Referee Holdsworth not happy with it, and the scrum's going to be reformed. Saints using both the substitutions as Leeds get possession from the scrum. Francis Cummins coming cross field. Cooper quickly in there. I'm sure both Shane Cooper and Eric Hughes will be pleased with his team performance. And Dougie Lawton, he must be pleased as well, obviously, because they've withstood a tremendous amount of pressure from the Saints. Good defensive display from the Loiners. And Leeds have the ball in the lead 8-6, and Saints have got to make sure that Leeds don't get any points on the board before the interval. Mercer, he brings it up, tireless runner in the Leeds camp. Last tackle of the sequence. Just over 2 minutes of stoppage time have been played. Now with Schofield, puts a tester up. David Lyon comes for it. Gets it away. Good running there by the Saints. David Lyon tall, took it comfortably. A knock-on indicated John Griffiths there, but Hanley and Mercer, as I said before, we know Hanley does a lot of mauling, but the ball just coming out there, whether it was aided or what. But it's a scrum to Leeds. Saints have got to defend tirelessly. Holroyd. The tackling's got to be firm. It's on to Iro. Iro still going. Trying to shrug the tacklers off. Takes 2 and 3 men to bring him down. He's finally brought to earth. There's the half-time hooter. Well, the referees let it go on. Let the game play on. Alan Hunt stops it, he holds the ball. I do feel that ball was actually stopped before the hooter went, but referee said play on. Schofield did the right thing, he popped it up in the air, he put pressure on the Saints defence, and Alan Hunt took it well. But the half-time score here in a pulsating clash at Central Park in the second semi-final of the Silk Cut Challenge Cup is 8 points to 6 in Leeds' favour. The winners of today's tie meet you at Wembley. You were second home on April the 30th. You must be impressed with the standard of the rugby in the first half, Sean.
Yeah, I'm certainly impressed with the way St Helens have played. I think they've made mincemeat of the fact that they're supposed to be underdogs, even though they are losing. 1 or 2 chances have gone begging. 1 or 2 mistakes probably by the Saints in tactics. I think where Dave Lyon kicked the ball back, it's probably a mistake. But I think Shane Cooper's running the show out there. He's playing very well, and Saints are certainly on top, even though the scoreline says different.
Yes, and I suppose we should have been. We've missed 3 goals, and obviously a try that went to begging under the sticks that should have gone. Maybe the ball held just a little bit too late. But what a tremendous defence by Leeds. I don't know how many tackles, Sean. Last 15 minutes, since Saints scored that try, the last 15 minutes, Leeds' defence has been tremendous, hasn't it?
It has been tremendous, and I think the Leeds side has been possibly a little upset with the winger having to go off early, Fallon. Obviously, they split their half-backs up, and they seem to be relying really a lot on Gary Schofield to organise the play for them. But Leeds have not had much ball, like I said, they've been defending all the time. But you've got to give respect to the defence, because Saints have been throwing everyone at them. Shane Cooper, as I said, has been trying all his tricks, but they've not been able to crack it, except for that special from Tommy Martin.
Yes, and that was something special, wasn't it? Leeds had laid off him, and Martin went through a tremendous sidestep, and he got it. And since then, Sean, it had been all Leeds. But as you said, full marks to the defence, and it's going to be an exciting 40 minutes, isn't it, in the second half?
It is going to be an exciting 40 minutes. I think if St Helens can have the weight of possession that they had in the first half, in the second half again, I think they'll win the game. But Leeds will obviously be trying to even that possession stakes up a lot more. The try from Tommy Martin was special. It was a real half-back's dream the way he went through, and little dummy on the side step to go past Tate. And I think Saints will need more of the same from Tommy in the second half.
Yes, great. I hope you can join us at the end of the game and give us your view, whichever team wins then, Sean.
Thanks very much.
Saints just coming out after the half-time interval, and before we get underway, I have a birthday mention for today, for the 26th of March, to Philip Leasley. Philip is 10 years old today. He's a regular spectator and also a regular Saints video viewer. Lots of love from Mum, Dad, Emma and Grandad, and I know that Mum, Dad, Emma and Grandad are also regular speckies and regular Saints video viewers. So happy birthday, Philip, for today, 10 years of age. From all your family, all on the Saints video, and we know your favourite players are John Griffiths and Shane Cooper, and they're not doing a bad job out there this afternoon, are they, Philip? But 8 points to 6, the Saints trail at half-time, and I'm sure it's going to be a pulsating 40 minutes of cup rugby, obviously, with Saints to kick off with Tommy Martin. Leeds playing up to their supporters, they're both travelling supporters today, aren't they? Even though it is nearer for the St Helens public, as opposed to Leeds. But good support from both sides, and about 24-25 coaches coming from the Leeds club, plus the people that travel over in the cars. It's only about an hour over, isn't it? But Fallon back on for the second half, obviously recovered. Leeds in possession, Harvey Howard comes through, but body check there by Tommy Martin and Phil Vevers. Richie Ears. As I said before, you've got Harman, Ears and Harvey Howard, local lads, along with Dougie Lawton, obviously from round our area. And Harvey Howard, the son of Brian Howard, who used to play for the Saints in the 50s, and he was tipped, obviously, to join the Saints, but that didn't materialise. He went to Leeds, a much sought-after forward, an ex-rugby union winger. But Saints in possession, as I said, trailing by 8 points to 6. And if everything had gone right, we should have been leading by 18 points to 8. But that's how it goes. It's just on the day. It's cup rugby. Dannett shrugs off the tackle onto Griffiths. Out to Rapati. He gives it to Alan Hunt. Tries to take Cummins, but he comes back in field. Hunt looking for the gap. Hunt drives again. Leeds tackling, very suspect there, and Leeds urged to get back onside, and they're all offside. But Saints keep it going. It's Cooper up to the 20-metre line, the last tackle of the sequence. Tommy Martin chips it gently. Oh, Holroyd gets the bounce, and Holroyd's forced dead by Tony Sullivan. Came in there, a testing kick from Martin, and obviously that's what he's in for, his tactical kicking, and he's proved that he can do the job. Puts Leeds under pressure once again. 2 minutes gone of the second half. Now it's David Lyon. John Harrison, powerful run up to the 20-metre line. It's also reminiscent of the first half, the last 15 minutes of the first half, but Saints didn't come up with points. Let's see if they can do the job this time as Dannett makes good yardage. Dwyer at dummy half. Well, Dannett and Ellery Hanley, they're old friends, aren't they? Can't be taken by Rapati. Oh, but it's all on. It kicked the Leeds. The Leeds man kicked out at it, and it's Alan Hunt. The Leeds public don't like it, but they've got to put up with it. Hanley in on John Griffiths. Doing a lot of mauling. Ellery Hanley there pushes John Griffiths off, but Saints in possession. Chris Joint running out wide. Saints caught a bit on the far side, but touched the Leeds player foot, thankfully. And now it's Dannett, drives up again. Forcing the legs there, pumping the iron. Short of the line. Let's see if the Saints can come up with points. Cooper, long ball there, quick hands. Oh, Rapati couldn't take it again. The ball knocked forward. Very fortunate on the far side last time when it went through and the Leeds player kicked out for it. He must have just got a glancing blow. And it came back to the Saints and they put pressure on Leeds again. But Saints, quick hands, the order of the day, but superb Leeds cover as they moved across and forced the Saints into a mistake there. Leeds with possession from the scrum. Innes, I think it is, coming cross field. Leeds now still moving it. Neil Harmon. Well, it certainly looked a little high, and the Leeds spectators cry for it, but it's not given. Four tackles completed as referee Holdsworth shouts. It's now with Hanley. He's taken down, good tackling there, but he still gets the ball away. Well, he's penalised Leeds. Obviously, they said the ball, the elbows was on the ground and the tackle had been completed. I mean, how many times do you see that and players get up and run off with it? Another grey area, obviously just the interpretation of the referee. David Lyon kicks for touch. Stanwall had gone on there as the Sandman, obviously looking for the 2 points. But Tony Sullivan starts off the set of 6. Hanley and Lowe's in at the Hanley and Harmon, I beg your pardon, in at the tackle. Now it's John Harrison, straight runner, centre field. 2 tackles gone. Platform for the Saints to build on. Bernard Dwyer quickly from the acting half-back position. And a little bit of hanky-panky there in at the tackle, no doubt. As the Saints spectators cry for an infringement, just as the Leeds spectators cry when anything goes for them. But Saints along the line, Cooper turns it back inside. Cooper gets it away to Dwyer. Dwyer now looking for the little gap in the Leeds defence. Last one of the sequence. Quick play the ball. Vivers brings it blindside. Martin again chips it infield, but it's knocked dead by Alan Tate. A lot of pressure the Saints are putting on a variation of kick. Tommy Martin moving it to the left, chips it to the right. Saints follow it up, and Tate again been under the cosh and had to put the ball dead. Martin stops it. Loughlin picks it up. Loughlin drives in. Hanley done a lot of tackling along with Iro there. Bounce him to the ground. Saints again build up another charge. It's Vivers. Dwyer, John Harrison looking for support inside. Harrison. Oh, Dwyer was with him, but he kept hold. It's just a job. I think if you let it go, it might have been a forward pass. But Saints again coming this left side. Oh, good hands there from David Lyon. Went down on it bravely. Cooper sees the gap. Cooper drives through. Out to Chris Joint. Joint chips it. Touched Ellery Hanley. Back to Cooper. Well, a knock on given. I don't know who he's given. He must have given a knock on. Has he given the first knock on against the Saints? And the ball was chipped through by Chris Joint. Then Leeds player knocked it on? No, Gary Schofield has the ball in his possession. They must have ruled that Saints had knocked it forward. I don't know how he comes up with that decision, but that's the decision that's been made. And Fallon gets the ball as first receiver from the base of the scrum after Gary Schofield had got the ball out. Iro. Support there. Tate. Good tackling by the Saints. Moving quickly. As Sean Edwards said before, he's obviously been impressed with the way Saints have been playing. But obviously you've got to be impressed with the Leeds defence, haven't you? At the vital time, Saints have put the cosh down, put the pressure on, and yet at the death in the first half, Leeds could have easily come away from one end of the ground to the other. Leeds put the ball upfield. David Lyon takes it comfortably. Alan Hunt with him. Ellery Hanley comes in for the tackle. Lyon gets it away to Tony Sullivan. A bad pass, but Sullivan did well, came away with it. He takes it across the field, pushes off hers, drives again. Well, crossing is the indication. And we didn't get a lot of verbal from the Leeds spectators just in front of us, but it's a chance for Leeds, obviously. Are they going to go for goal? Crossing is the indication, it's a penalty. Hanley says, I'll go for the 2 points. He's the captain. And they bring up Graham Holroyd, so a real bad mistake there by the Saints. As I said before, last time Saints lifted the cup, 1976, when they beat Widnes. Been at Wembley 4 times since then, as it's 78, 87, 89 and 91. 89 and 91 against Wigan, and Wigan looking for the 7th Challenge Cup win on the trot. They're already there. They beat Castleford out of sight a fortnight ago, and now it's Graham Holroyd looking to add an extra 2 points and open the scoring in the second half, but he doesn't. It's waved away, so an easy miss there for Leeds, just as the Saints early on they missed out on the easy points. Well, what we would consider easy, obviously, but it's the men down there that's doing the job on the field. It's easy for us up here in the commentary position, isn't it? Mercer has possession from the dropout. Tireless runner. Exciting game, finally poised, 8 points to 6. Makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and there'll be a lot of tight bums on seats round this Central Park ground, won't there? And why not indeed? A crack at the pie eaters at Wembley is the prize for this afternoon's winners. Leeds favourites on paper. Both had in different seasons. Harvey Howard misses the ball. Leeds there, just looking a bit at 6s and 7s. Alan Tate. Oh shit, Phil Beavers I think it is that comes round. It is Phil Beavers. Followed his man, homed in on him. The ball to Holroyd. Tactical kicking. Sits up nice for David Lyon. I think if Saints can just get points on the board in this second half, I think the floodgates will open. Loughlin gets it away to Dwyer. Dwyer waltzes past the first line of defence, gets it away to John Griffiths. Tommy Martin, Tirapati. Oh, good tackling on the far side. Holroyd, the second man in. The initial tackle by Craig Innes. And now Andy Dannett coming through. Innes completes the tackle. Now it's Cooper. Long cut-out ball. Chris Joint fumbles it. A long ball by Cooper, obviously trying to beat the defence, but unfortunately Chris Joint, a rare mistake from him, knocks it forward. Scrum down, Leeds feed. Schofield and feed. Unaccustomed position, but Holroyd obviously keeping him out of the regular standoff berth. Schofield now inside to Iro, beats the first line of defence, it's on to Innes. Cooper goes across, tries to close him down. Now it's with Cummins. But good tackling by the Saints on the far side, and they force the man into touch. But a quick break by Leeds from the base of the scrum, and that's but 3 men came across there, forced him into touch, and Saints come up with scrum possession. Alan Hunt into the gap, looking for support. But a little bit of hanky-panky at the scrum, but it's sorted out now. As Chris Joint strides through, tremendous upper body strength from Joint, but Hanley and Iro come in, force the man down. John Harrison turns the ball inside. Well, Harmon has it, has he? No, Saints have possession. Harmon very unlucky there, and Saints very sloppy at the play of the ball. Well, they're just getting a little bit mixed up centre field. Shane Cooper will have to get them sorted out. There's Cooper. Brings the ball over, but good tackling again, looking for the support, last tackle of the sequence. It's now with Martin, puts a tester, will it bounce in? Oh, pinpoint precision from Martin, finds touch about 12 metres from the Leeds line. Scrum down to be formed, Leeds feed. Leeds obviously looking to get to Wembley, as I said before, the last time 1978. Schofield to feed. The referee not happy with it. 14 minutes of the second half gone, and that's been a quick 14 minutes, hasn't it? No change to the half-time score of 8 points to 6. Solid to 6, defending, they come in. Take the man there and force him back. Now it's with Iro. Well, that's going to be a knock-on, is it? It's a mistake. It's a knock-on by Leeds. Iro had moved it across. Francis Cummins, I think it was, that was there, that was coming in for the ball. Oh no, it was Craig Innes. Look, I thought it was Cummins, but it's Craig Innes, obviously there, came in for it. I think Iro had just overrun him a little bit. Innes couldn't take it, a mistake, an unforced error, if we can say, by the Saints, and now it gives scrum possession, and Saints in possession. Looking for points on the board. Oh, good tackling as Tommy Martin came across. Innes is the tackler. Now it's Rapati. Tirapati going to Auckland Warriors next season, looking for a Wembley medal before he goes. But Leeds stand in the way, and they're leading by 8 points to 6 at present. John Harrison stretching for the line. 6'7" of him, but inches short. Dwyer moves it right, inside to Cooper. Over the top now, it's with Dannett, inside to Griffiths. Saints keep it going. It's now with Tommy Martin, can he go in for a brace? Martin! Oh, turns inside, there was nobody there, but good tackling by Leeds. Joint, out to O'Sullivan, yes! Sullivan's in at the corner! The referee's not giving it. He says he's bounced it. He said he's knocked it forward over the line. Well, controversial decision from referee Holdsworth. Now it's with Kevin Iro. So Saints there again. Well, we'll have to have a look at that again on the video, won't we? No doubt the BBC will be analysing it. But Saints there. Well, they're looking to bring George Mann back on. As I said, they might be spelling him. 17 minutes have gone of the second half. George Mann limbering up, looking to get back on field. Gary Schofield at dummy half. Tackling's got to be firm. Not got to give the opposition any movement whatsoever. Hanley for Leeds shows the ball. Cooper comes in. Hanley shows it again, but Chris Joint wraps him up. Phil Weaver's there as well. Saints urged to get back on side by referee Holdsworth as Hanley gets up to play. Schofield brings it blindside, chips it up. David Lyon with the sun in his eyes, takes it comfortably. Schofield comes in, but Lyon breaks through. Bernard Dwyer evades the first line of defence, drives it again up to the halfway line. Along the line, Saints Berwick, Griffiths. Cooper gives the dummy, takes the tackle. John Griffith steps up at dummy half. Leeds urged to get back onside. They move up quickly. Hanley and Dannett clash again. As I say, the best of pals are Hanley and Dannett. And now it goes to Phil Weavers. Bernard Dwyer at dummy half, last tackle of the sequence. Tommy Martin will get possession. Martin puts a tester up, putting pressure on Tate, and Martin will follow it up. Oh, but Tate takes it comfortably. Super tackle by Alan Hunt as he come in. The Leeds spectators didn't like it. Alan Tate gets up and plays it, and Tate's putting pressure on the liners yet again. Mercer sees the gap, looks for the hole there. Joint brings him down. Iro brings it blindside. It's on to Fallon. Saints over the whitewash in the corner just minutes ago, and obviously bombed one in the first half. Still 8 points to 6 to score. 19 minutes of the second half gone. Leeds in possession, the last one of the sequence. Schofield pops it up again. He's looking to put pressure on David Lyon with the sun in his eyes. Hanley the first man in, and Schofield again comes in, and Schofield is the man that's kicked the ball. Andy Dannett is the man that's going to be replaced as John Harrison brings it down virtually on the centre spot. Dannett, Cooper, Weavers moving it out wide. Well taken down on the far side. Francis Cummins moving in quickly along there with Craig Innes. But Saints again, familiar, moving along the line. Great defensive display from both of these sides this afternoon. As Bernard Dwyer takes it quickly. Hanley, as ever, got a tremendous tackling stint as Hanley this afternoon. Martin chips it through, puts pressure on Tate again, but Tate evades the opposition this time. Tate brings it away and drives it up, but David Lyon forces him into touch. Anthony Sullivan a little bit impeded there, in my opinion, as he came through. He was obstructed by a Leeds player, but David Lyon came in, forced Tate into touch. The substitution allowed to take place now, and Andy Dannett comes off and George Mann is back on. Scrum down Saints feed. The ball comes out, but the referee Holdsworth doesn't like it. Gary Rose warming up again, looking to be introduced. Neil Harmon, the man that's going to be brought off. Griffiths, inside ball to Martin. Oh, long pass to Tiarapati, trying to catch Leeds out wide. Now it's with Alan Hunt, trying to round Cummins, but Cummins does well. Good driving by the Saints. George Mann on again for his second spell. Now with Beavers trying to draw the defence. Oh, a high tackle from Mercer. Onto Beavers, inside to Joint. Well, the referee comes back, he lets play go on, and then he's going to penalise Leeds for the high tackle, I think. Yes, it played advantage. It played advantage there, but the high tackle from Mercer on Beavers. Obviously, I suppose if Saints had gone on and carried on and scored a try, he would have allowed it with there being the advantage, but he brings the play back. So Neil Harmon is substituted, Gary Rose comes on. And Saints are going to have a go, obviously, for the 2 points from the penalty award, which will put us back on level terms. No scoring in this second half so far. 8 points to 6 the score in Leeds' favour. And 22 minutes of the game gone. It shows you how tight it's been. Tommy Martin lifts it high. Is it true? It is! It's true! It's between the sticks. And Tommy Martin levels it up for the Saints. And what a last 18 minutes we've got. Eight the score. Obviously, missed chances don't count, but Saints been over the whitewash. In the corner here, should have had a try in the first half, under the sticks. And that went a begging, and 3 missed goals. Could it prove crucial at the end of the 80 minutes? Let's hope not. And Shane Cooper now is leading his troops. We're back on level terms, 8 apiece, everything to play for. As I said earlier, a lot of the pundits were forecasting, well, a loose ball there, and Leeds pick it up, but the referee should have played advantage there. If Saints had knocked on and Leeds picked it up, I'm sure he should have played advantage, but he didn't. He stopped it for the knock-on. Tirapati in the centre. Over on the far side, the ball being knocked forward. Well, just giving Mr. Holsworth a little bit of a G up. Iro up the centre. He's obviously looking to release it. Shane Cooper, one of the tacklers, along with Tirapati. Gary Rose, first touch, inside to James Lowes. Tackling will have to be firm. 16 minutes to the final hooter. Next score could win it. Mercer, he's run tirelessly onto Iro. Long ball there, hers. Oh, well taken by Tate. Oh, support from Hanley. Hanley going for the line. Oh, a try from Hanley. It must be said, against the run of play, but full marks to Leeds. They stuck to the task. They kept the ball moving, and Hanley takes the ball just to the right of the sticks. And could that be the winner for Leeds? Well, we'll see, won't we? So Gary Rose with his first touch moved it out, but good full marks to Leeds. They kept the ball moving. Right against the run of play, all the pressure being put on by the Saints, but couldn't cross the whitewash. And Ellery Hanley there, Leeds captain, getting the last pass, and he outpaced the Saints defence to touch down just to the right of the sticks. And Holroyd here shouldn't have any problem, should he? Holroyd pops it over, and Leeds have a 6 points advantage now. 14-8 the score. John Harrison coming off and Ian Pickervan's coming on for the last 15 minutes. So Saints with it all to do again. Leeds have withstood the pressure. Saints couldn't come up with any points. And then Leeds keep it going in the Saints half and come up with a 6-pointer. Fallon. Leeds in possession. James Lowes attacked in half-back. Harvey Howard. That will certainly give the, well, a knock on. The referee Holdsworth. So Harvey Howard and knocked the ball forward. That certainly give the Leeds side a boost. Obviously, been under the cosh for the majority of the game, but come up with an Ellery Hanley special. He was the final man. The last pass was to him, and he just outpaced the Saints defence. Went over to the right of the sticks, and Holroyd converted it, and that was it. 14-8 the score. Griffiths from the base of the scrum. It's got a hit back. 13 minutes they have to do it. Now with Chris Joint, run out wide. Martin at dummy half. Leeds urged to get back onside. George Mann shrugs the tacklers off onto Cooper. Loughlin out to Rapati, onto Alan Hunt. Hunt chips it for the corner. It's gone into touch. Obviously Alan Hunt must have thought he had the beating of Cummins. He chipped it forward, but the ball ran into touch. Scrum down 10 metres from the Leeds line with a Leeds feed. Cooper leading by example, rallying his troops. Saints come from behind before. You have to remember, he was trailing by 8 points to 0 after 19 minutes. Then a superb individual try by Tommy Martin. That was all the scoring in the first half. 8-6 at half time. Leeds have come up with another 6-pointer after a Tommy Martin drop penalty goal. Had level the scores at 8 apiece. And in the last 12 minutes, on a trip to the Twin Towers at Wembley, is the prize. Leeds pouncing about again instead of getting on with playing the ball. It's now from Lowes, gone back to Holroyd. David Lyon takes it comfortably under no pressure whatsoever and drives it upfield. He's brought down as Cummins moves infield. Alan Hunt, support there from George Mann. Mann turns it back. A venturous pass, but obviously the ball's got to be kept alive. Saints have got to keep going. They've got to keep plodding. Blindside ploy, Pickavant's back on. Well, the ball's knocked forward. Leeds have possession. The sheer ferocity of the tackle there, knocking the ball from Pickavant's grasp. And now it's Iro. But Leeds are in the lead by 14 points to 8. 10 minutes of the game remaining, plus any stoppage time, and Mercer there run tirelessly. Schofield unloads. Leeds in possession. Richie Ayres. Been very quiet in this second 40 minutes. Well, in the second, we only played 30 minutes, but he's been conspicuous by his absence, really. Last one of the sequence. Hanley at dummy half. Charged down by Bernard Dwyer. Can he win the chase for the ball? Well, the tackle count's waved off. I'm saying charge down. It's a toss-up whether Dwyer actually made a play for the ball, but obviously referee Holdsworth considers that he did, and that therefore he's waved the tackle count clean. Howard into space. Only David Lyon to beat. Tate there at dummy half. Leeds with a good charge. They're spreading the ball left, looking for bodies over on the left as Holroyd brings it back to the right, drops it off to Alan Tate. Right in front of the sticks. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't have a go for drop goal here for that extra 1-pointer. But it's Hanley again. Gives the dummy, drives it in. Well, they've lost a little bit of position, but Hanley still going. Last one of the sequence. Lowes at dummy half. Chips it for the corner. Fallon went for it. Sullivan had lost his footing. If the ball had been correctly flighted, or it's all right for me to say correctly flighted, isn't it, I suppose, but it was chipped through there. Sullivan just lost his footing. Jim Fallon couldn't get to it. The ball went touching goal, and Saints restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. 9 minutes remaining. As I said before, lots of tight bums on seats. The game's not over yet. Well, the Leeds spectators at the Cop end seem to have found the voice. They're just letting the Saints Speckies know that they're not singing anymore. We'll see if we can alter that, won't we? With 9 minutes to do it. Come on, you Saints, is the cry. It's George Mann, shrugs the tackle off. But a good one by Schofield there, clamps in man and ball. Cooper up the centre, draws the defence in. Hanley takes him down. Cooper wants to get up and play it quickly. Hanley doing a lot of mauling. It's the last tackle. Martin chips it for the corner. Martin follows it up, putting pressure on Alan Tate. Oh, good tackling by Martin. Holds Tate over. Saints are going to get to possession from the ball. It's going to be dropped from the kick out from between the sticks. But Martin chips it through. Perfectly flighted ball. He followed it up. Puts pressure on Tate. He's took everything comfortably, even though he's been under a lot of pressure, Alan Tate. The clock stopped there because the referee Holdsworth opinion Leeds are just holding the play up a little longer than they should be. Holroyd drops it out from between the posts. An awkward kick, and it's going to be an awkward bouncing ball, but Sullivan takes it well. Bounces off his knees, jumps up into his hands. Just outside the 20-metre area as Dwyer goes from acting half-back on the blind side. Hanley in there, along with Fallon. Martin again. Saints have got to get points on the board. It's now with Griffiths. Griffiths again, oh, just taken down, well taken down by Richie Ayres. George Mann from dummy half position. Loughlin coming in at pace. Leeds defence has held firm. Cooper leading down to Pickavance, losing his footing, looking for the runners. It's now with Griffiths. Griffiths drives again. Can John Griffiths get the try that the Saints need? Well, Morlin at the play of the ball. It's the last tackle of the sequence. Cooper gets it away to Loughlin. Loughlin chips it for the corner, and it's going to find touch. So scrum down will be formed. It's going to be Leeds head and ball. 10 metres from the Saints, from the Leeds line, and 10 metres in from touch. Last substitution of the afternoon as Neil Harmon comes back on to replace Harvey Howard. The substitution not being allowed to take place yet. The scrum's formed on the far side. Yes, it is now. The referee has held up play. "74 minutes have gone, 6 minutes for the Saints to get something out of this match. The final hurdle for Wembley. Tightly contested game, and Howard comes off there. Schofield well taken down. Shane Cooper marshalled him well. Cooper again coming across. There's some tackling in a match. Cooper, he knows the urgency. Got to tackle Leeds in their own area up there at that end, and then get ball possession back. 14-8 to score. Mercer. 5 minutes now of normal time left, plus any stoppage time. Richie Ayres. Well taken down. Who's that man in there again? Cooper. He's geeing his troops up. They all know what it means. Lucrative trip to Wembley. Oh, bad ball from Schofield, but well taken. Out to Cummins. Innes took it well. Cummins has it. Support inside from Iro. It's over. That look forward to Hanley, but it's all over. It's all over now. Hanley scores his second. 5 minutes to the final hooter. A superb try finished off by Hanley. Even though in my impartial opinion I do feel that last pass from Iro to Hanley looked a shade forward. And even our cameraman David, he considers it forward, but it doesn't make any difference. The points are on the board, and it certainly looks as though Leeds are going to Wembley, doesn't it? And it looks as though it's salvaged Leeds' season, doesn't it? They're in 9th position in the league with 23 points. Saints are in 6th position with 27 points, and it looks as though after this afternoon the Saints have just got to go for obviously the top 8. The kick there is converted, 20 points to 8 the score. The amount of pressure that Saints have put on Leeds this afternoon and been unable to come up with points, and Leeds break quickly there from deep in their own half. Good into passing, Innes onto Cummins, inside to Iro, and then onto Hanley, and he comes up with 2 tries within the space of 9 minutes, both converted by Holroyd. A mistake there from the Saints at the kick-off. Let's hope the heads don't drop now. Obviously bitterly disappointed with 3 minutes remaining. Laws at dummy half onto Mercer. Long ball out there, well controlled. But the referee there, crossing, he's indicated. Saints have the penalty. Didn't look a lot in that before, just as the same with Tony Sullivan when he got penalised for crossing. But a good deep kick puts Saints in the lead, 20-metre area. Last throw of the dice, but the game's all done and dusted. Pickavance comes in, 20 points to 8. Leeds lead, but it doesn't reflect the state of the game, but it's points on the board that matters as Chris Joint drives for it. Hanley there, I think Hanley must be in, certainly within him with a shout for the man of the match. He's run tirelessly, and Leeds have got possession from the play of the ball. Hanley it is again. He moves in, gets the ball, and Leeds back in possession, even though they're only 12 metres from their own line. Neil Harmon. James Laws attacked in half-back. All the Leeds spectators now just getting behind the team. I'm sure the Saints spectators are as well, but just being drowned out a little. Schofield, well, touch Phil Beavers. It's going to be 6 tackles again as Leeds move it quickly. Hanley, Cooper tries to go in, but he gets the ball away. Sullivan comes in onto Mercer, and he was lucky to keep hold of that ball, was Mercer. Fallon now back on for the second half. He was, and Donoghue going off after Fallon had took a nasty knock. Richie Ayres, well, he's at Wembley this time along with Alan Tate and Dougie Lawton. Iro burst through again. Quick play the ball in the dying seconds of normal time. Leeds in the lead by 20 points to 8. Last tackle of the sequence. Schofield going for the 1-pointer, but it's a flapper. Perhaps he's just looking to get the ball back, obviously. Get the 1-pointer and get the ball back. But Saints are going to restart from the centre of the 20-metre line. And the referee stops play, and Shane Cooper and Ellery Hanley being spoken to. Well, handshakes all round. Well, there's just a little bit of well, it is a tough body contact sport, isn't it? We know what goes on in these games. More or less it's been a virtually clean game this afternoon. Real hard game of rugby. As far as I'm concerned, obviously I'm bitterly disappointed that Saints are not going to Wembley, but Leeds, they're on the way there, and they'll be looking to lower the Wigan colours. 7 times at Wembley, Wigan, with this time, and they're looking for a 7th successive win. A great performance by the Central Park outfit, never be equalled, I don't think, in modern times. Cooper breaks out onto Loughlin. Sullivan takes it well, comes back infield. Paul Loughlin taking a knock there. No, he's up now. He has taken a knock, but he shrugs it off. Last one of the sequence. Tommy Martin chips it through. Schofield takes it. 1.5 minutes of stoppage time have been played. Schofield. James Laws at dummy half. Alan Tate chirping in the line. Well, Leeds, they just want to hang on to the ball. They know time's running out, and obviously they know they've won the game. 20 points to 8 the score. Cooper kicks it through. Hanley there, and Cooper comes in, but Hanley evades him. Just taken down. Well, there's the final hooter. Referee Holsworth signifies the end of the proceedings, and Leeds are through to a trip against Wigan at Wembley in April. Bitterly disappointed are the Saints. Phil Weaver's there on his haunches. Bernard Dwyer just going over to him, and Weavers knows it's a possible last chance to appear at Wembley. Handshakes all round, and it's been an exciting game. There's no danger about that. But Leeds come through winners by 20 points to 8. Finally poised at half-time, 8 points to 6 the score. And even through the second half, 22 minutes had elapsed before Tommy Martin had levelled the scores up with a penalty goal. But 2 minutes later, against the run of play, you can say Leeds broke through. Hanley latched onto the end of the pass. He touched down to the right of the sticks. Holroyd goaled it, and Leeds were in the lead by 14 points to 8. 16 minutes were left to play, and then Leeds had soaked up another lot of pressure by the Saints, but then a breakaway try, probably about 60-70 yards movement from their own half. The ball going out to the wingman, and Cummins coming in, turned it inside. Iro was there, and Iro passed it inside, and Hanley finished off. Obviously, as far as I'm concerned, Sean, bitterly disappointed as a Saints spectator. Full marks to Leeds. They withstood a lot of pressure, and it's the old Hanley magic again. They played well, Leeds. They took the pressure, but at the vital time, the Saints just couldn't contain them.
Well, yeah, I think the drop ball from Anthony Sullivan over the line was pretty vital. It was St Helens out in front, and it changed the whole complex of the game. But as you say, Ali Hanley's support play was magnificent as usual. Leeds had 2 chances to come. Saints had about 10 chances and only scored 1, I think.
Yes, that's right. They just couldn't finish, could they? They had the ample opportunity, but at the end of the day, it's points on the board, and obviously you're looking forward to meeting Leeds at Wembley against Hanley again, and no doubt there'll be plenty of rivalry, won't there?
Well, there's usually a bit of rivalry between myself and Ellery, but obviously Wigan Leeds final is going to be a big game, and we just get ourselves prepared for it, and hopefully, we can come out on top.
Yes, and obviously it's a saviour for Dougie Lawton, really, and a saviour to Leeds season, because they was going nowhere, and it's going to give them a boost, isn't it, Sean?
It's certainly give them a boost. I think they'll see the big crowds at Henley now, leading up to Wembley. As I said, it's a good thing for Leeds, but pretty disappointing for St Helens. I thought Shane Cooper and Tommy Martin tried everything that they knew. They just weren't their day.
That's true. Thanks very much, Sean. OK, see you now. So, from Central Park, Wigan, on behalf of your Saints video, we wish you farewell. 20 points to 8, the final score in favour of Leeds, and there'll be a lot of happy Yorkshire souls going over the Pennines and looking forward to a trip to Wembley. Anyway, thanks for joining us. You've been with Saints video in conjunction, obviously, with Micron Video this afternoon at Central Park, Wigan. My name's Ron Hoof. Join us shortly. I think it's against the old Pie Eaters on Good Friday is the next match, and we look forward to another highly contested game, and let's hope the Saints can lift themselves after the bitter disappointment of this afternoon's defeat. The final score here from Central Park: Leeds 20, St Helens 8. Ellery Hanley there being mobbed, and he's applauding the travelling public. I don't know whether he has actually been given the Man of the Match award for this afternoon's clash, but he certainly deserves it. He's played well, and the old Hanley magic has come back. And it's not like Ellery Hanley to get stuck in with the spectators, is it? He usually shies away, but obviously he's pleased, and I mean, he'll have to put himself about a bit. He should be more helpful with the media, but he's going to be cheered off the Leeds spectators, obviously elated. I'm bitterly disappointed, but we've just got to get on with it. Eric Hughes not been here too long, obviously the turn of the year, and it would have been a dream come true. Eric's a winner, and no doubt he'll build up now for the end of this season and the start of next season. A lot of talk about the mighty Malmaninga returning to St Helens. Well, you never know after the tour. The Aussies come in the autumn, so we'll just have to see what goes on. But as I said again, the final score, 20 points to 8 in Leeds' favour, and Leeds go on to meet Wigan at Wembley. Farewell from Central Park. See you at St Helens on Good Friday.